Hey sparkly beings, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a 25-minute yoga session devoted to new moon in Scorpio. So we're connecting with our sacral chakra, which is connected to the Scorpio sign. And Scorpio is one of the more emotional signs and emotionally connected and intuitive signs. So we're going to be connecting with that space. We're just kind of cultivating and holding space for those sensibilities that come during this time. You might feel a little bit more emotional than usual, and that's okay. The idea is that your emotions will help you, as long as you pay attention to them and really kind of check in with yourself, they will help you evolve into your higher self. And so this is also a time to let past selves die and to become a new version of yourself again. That's what this yoga class is designed for today. It's going to allow you to tap into that energy and move through it, and that way you'll be able to be a little bit more grounded and focused and intentional with where you want to go. So go ahead and set an intention for this class before we begin. Get it in your mind's eye. We'll just start from there. So whenever you're ready, join me on your mat. Begin with me at the top of your mat. Bring your feet about hip-width distance apart. Roll your shoulders down and back and root through your toes, all 10 toes. And you want to engage your core here. We're starting in our mountain pose. So think hips to ribs, ribs to hips, palms towards the front. Engaging everything here, really getting connected, setting your intention, feeling how we feel within, despite the fact that we're flexing all of our muscles. And gently release, shake it out. Inhale, reach both arms out and up, and gaze up. On your exhale, press the air away, chin to chest. Inhale, both arms out and up. This time, grab your left wrist with your right hand, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, gently lean towards the right as you maybe gaze up if that feels good. And just rooting through your feet here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, press the air away. Same thing, other side. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. Clasp your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale here to lengthen, and gently exhale, lean towards the left and maybe gaze up if that feels good on your neck. Creating a lot of length in our side bodies, rooting through our feet. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, press the air away. Go ahead and face the front of your mat. Inhale, both arms out and up to gaze up. On your exhale, flat back swan dive. Bring your palms towards the mat. Let yourself hang here. Grab opposite elbows, maybe gently bend through your knees to allow your torso to rest on your thighs. Just hanging here for a moment, releasing any tension in the back of our neck, in our lower back. And gently release your elbows. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins, flat back, shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, press your palms to the mat and step it back for a plank. We're going to hold our plank. We're really going to connect with our sacral chakra here. So you want to think about, once again, bringing your hips towards your ribs and your ribs towards your hips. And focusing on the strength in our hands and our feet. Activating your quads here. Setting an intention once again, or rather reconnecting with that intention. And gently lower on your exhale. For your chaturanga, lower your knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, holding it here. Really draw your tailbone down towards the earth to protect your lower back. Create space in your neck as you gaze up and open through your heart. And gently tuck your toes, bend your knees, and exhale, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Rooting through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes, creating length in your spine. Shoulder blades down and back. Maybe walking your dog here, so option to bend into one knee and the other. Inhale, raise your right leg up and back. On your exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine as you press into your right foot and guide yourself all the way up into Warrior Two. We're going to hang out in Warrior Two for a moment to really root through our feet. Think hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Gaze over your right middle finger, nice and long through your spine, holding it here. Really connecting with your focus, no matter what's going on around you. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, windmill your arms down to guide your hands to meet the mat. Untuck your back heel for your low lunge. Gently drop your back knee and release your back foot if that feels good for you. Or keep it tucked if you need it for balance. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, press up to our low crescent lunge. Holding it here, you want to think about guiding your tailbone down towards the earth to really create length in your hip flexor here. Inhale, raise both arms out and up, lengthen through your spine. Really gaze up. Keep your tailbone drawing down to create space in that hip flexor. And exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and on our exhale, we're going to take a twist towards the right. So your left elbow on the right outside of your right knee, and lengthen through your spine here as you gaze up if that feels good. A nice little low lunge twist. Really connecting with our sacral chakra here, our creativity, what we want to bring into our lives. Inhale back to center. Exhale, place your palms to the floor. Tuck your back toes rather. Lift your back knee and step back for our planks as we hold it here once again. Rooting through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Drawing your hips to your ribs and your ribs to your hips. Engaging that core. Connecting with your sacral chakra here. One more breath. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga, knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, holding it here. Guide your tailbone down towards the ground as you gaze up towards the sky. And stay open in your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Create nice length in your spine. Biceps are towards the front. Rooting through your fingers and your toes. Inhale, raise your left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, we're going to rotate it out into a Warrior Two on the left. Gazing over your left middle fingers. I'm going to turn to face you. So really root through your feet here. Get nice and grounded. Think hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Nice and long through your spine. Nice and long through your back leg. And gaze over your left middle finger. Holding it here. Connecting with our inner strength. And our inner peace. Breathing it out. One more breath here. And exhale, windmill both arms down to the earth. Unhook your back heel from the ground. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. Exhale, gently lower your right knee down to the earth. Untuck your back toes if that feels good for you, or if you need them, stay tucked for balance. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, press up. Really guide your tailbone down towards the earth to create space in this hip flexor. Get nice and long in your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, bring both arms out and up to gaze up. Inhale, lengthen through your spine and hold it here. Really create space. Reach your fingertips towards the sky. reaching for inspiration. And exhale, bring hands to heart center in prayer. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, come in for a twist on the right or on the left. So right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Get nice and long through your spine here. Every inhale is an opportunity to lengthen through your spine. And every exhale is an opportunity to maybe deepen your twist. Once again, connecting with your sacral chakra, your creativity. Finding that space within your body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, guide both palms gently to the mat. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and step back for plank. Holding your plank here once again, reconnecting with your intention that you set at the beginning of class, whatever that might be. Hips to ribs, ribs to hips. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down your version of chaturanga, knees or not. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Guide your tailbone down towards the earth and hold it here for a moment. Lengthen through your spine, open through your heart and gaze up. And gently exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, and raise your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Holding it here, releasing your spine, rooting through your toes and your fingers. And inhale, raise your right leg up and back for three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Inhale here to lengthen, and exhale, step up. I should have done this on the other side, but step out into your goddess pose. So I'll turn to face you. So nice and open through your hips. Your knees are coming back behind you. Your tailbone is pointing down towards the earth to guide your glutes down. Holding our goddess here. Maybe bring your hands to your knees. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, gently press into your left hand to gaze over your right shoulder and twist here. A nice spinal twist in our goddess pose. And breathing into the space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Gaze over your left shoulder. Stay straight in that right arm. And just breathing into the space. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms up and press through your knees to raise yourself up. Bring your feet parallel to the edges of your mat. Hands on your hips. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on our exhale, maybe gently bend through your knees as you lower your torso down to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Let the length really come from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, feeling the weight of your crown towards the earth. And gently lower your hands towards the mat. And start to walk your feet in just a little bit as you raise your torso to create space for your legs, and guide your hips back down and come into our garland pose. So garland pose does funny things with your pants. No, garland pose is a nice hip opener to kind of reconnect once again with our sacral chakra. Our sacral chakra is located in our hips. It's where our creativity comes from, our ability to obviously procreate, and that's part of why. So it's also your sexual energy. So just kind of connecting with that sensual, creative space in your body. And gently bring your hands down to the earth. And maybe walk your feet in just a little bit to help your knees come down. And come to sit back in your thunderbolt. I'll turn to the side so you can see. If you need to sit on a pillow, block, or bolster, feel free to do so in case your tailbone doesn't quite reach your heels. Opening through our hearts here, nice and long through your spine. Maybe shift from side to side to get a nice little massage in your shins. And we're going to come into our camel pose next. So from here, come to your knees. Maybe bring your knees about hip width distance apart if that feels good for your alignment. Roll your shoulders down and back, engage your core just a little bit, and place your palms on the upper part of your bum, so your heels of your hands should be right at the beginning of your pelvic bone. We're having little invisible pockets here holding our hands in place. Inhale through your heart. On our exhale, we're going to gently open through our heart. And so you want to think about drawing your shoulder blades down and back, creating space between your shoulders and your ears. And if you feel like you have the range of motion and it's safe for you, feel free to drop one hand down to a heel. Option to tuck your toes here to make sure that you don't have to reach too far. And maybe the other hand. Once again, tuck your tailbone down towards the earth. And we're really trying to open through our hearts here. So this is a back bend. But as we're tucking our tailbone, we're engaging our hip flexors to get a stretch. And we're really connecting with that sacral space. And if you followed me all the way down, go ahead and bring one hand to your lower back and then the other. And gently come to sit back. Let your hands come to your knees. Bring your knees out to the width of your mat. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, guide your forehead down towards the earth for our child's pose. Lengthen through your spine. Breathing into your hips. Every inhalation, feeling the expansion of your ribs. And every exhalation, feel the weight of your hips get deeper towards your feet. Releasing all the tension that we just created in our lower backs. And reconnecting with our hips and our sacral chakra. And gently go ahead and walk your hands back towards you to allow yourself to rise. Bring your hands to the left as you glide yourself a little to the left. And you want to bring your feet out ahead of you. Option to walk up if you moved around on your mat quite a bit, such as I did. Wrap your arms around your knees and clasp your elbows here. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest. Just a little extra stretch here before we go into our boat pose. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine. And on your exhale, release your hands, palms towards the sky, and gently start to lean back. You want to be nice and flat through your spine. So option to stay here. Option to lift one foot. Option to lift the other foot. Option to extend one leg, and option to extend the other leg. So this is the full version of boat pose. We're going to hold it here. Really connecting with our abdomen. Engaging that core. Creating a little fire and heat in our bodies here. And gently release your legs down to the ground. Once again, clasp opposite elbows. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, and on your exhale, gently round through your spine, chin to chest. Just releasing what we just did. And gently rise. Bring palms towards the sky once again. We're just going to roll down one vertebra at a time. We're not going to go back into boat pose. Just go nice and slow and controlled as much as you can. And then extend your arms out away from you and lengthen your legs away. Imagine as if you're being pulled from your arms and your legs, nice and long through your body. And bring your knees towards the sky as you bring your feet towards the seat. And your arms out to your sides. Gently windshield wiper your knees from right to left and left to right. And then gently guide your knees into your chest. Place the palms on the outer edges of your knees and go ahead and do little knee circles from left to right, massaging our lower backs, and from right to left. Allow yourself to stop in the middle and bring your base of your feet towards the sky. Grab the outer edges of your feet and bend through your knees for happy baby. So option to stay here, option to lengthen one leg and the other, or continue to lengthen them and bend them with a little bit of a rock here. Whatever feels good for your body in this posture. You want to make sure your tailbone is pointing down away from you to create length in your lower spine and protect that lower back while we're giving ourselves a nice hip stretch here. And gently guide your feet together. Allow your feet to come down to the mat for a reclining Baddha Konasana. Hands out to your sides. Connecting with that creative space. Guide your breath all the way from the crown of your head to your third eye, to your throat, to your heart, to your solar plexus, to your sacral chakra, and let it reside there for a deep breath. And exhale to the root chakra. And gently release your legs away from you. Arms come a little bit closer to your sides, but not much. Roll your shoulders down and away to create space in your chest. Palms towards the sky. And start to deepen your breath. Just focus on your breath. Guide it from the base of your feet to the crown of your head. And from the crown of your head to the base of your feet. Inhale, release any tension in your forehead, eyes, cheeks, and chin. Letting go of any tension in your neck, shoulders, upper back, and chest. Releasing any tension in your arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. And letting go of any tension in your lower back, abdomen, hips, and glutes. Releasing tension in your legs, ankles, feet, and toes. And let your body melt into the earth. There's nothing else important now but to be here and now, present with your body and your breath. Breathing any thoughts away. Allowing space for inner peace to dwell. And gently wiggle your fingers and your toes to bring movement back into your body. Bring the base of your feet towards your seat as your knees go towards the sky. Gently shift your weight towards the left and guide your left arm under your head as if it were a pillow as your right palm is in the earth. And gently press in your right palm and guide yourself into a nice easy seat to face me. Option to sit on a block, bolster, or pillow to raise your hips and create more space in your lower spine. Roll your shoulders down and back, palms towards the sky. Maybe close your eyes here and focus on your breath. Scanning our bodies, sensing how they feel comparatively to how we began. Feeling if you created and shifted any energy in your body. Maybe move through any emotions. The hips lack a lot of emotions within, so sometimes they can trigger you. And be mindful upon reflection if that should have happened or not during this class. And regrounding and connecting to that intention you started with at the beginning and drew through the whole class until now. Whatever that might be for you, whether it's just waking up earlier, starting to write I love you notes for your very special someone, or just giving more compliments to people you really care about and you want to show them that you really appreciate them. Whatever it might be, big or small. Every little bit counts. Inhale, both arms out and up over your head, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale here to lengthen through your spine, and exhale, gently hinge at your hips and bow to yourself, thanking yourself for this opportunity to reconnect with your mind, body, and spirit. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you really appreciated that class, and I hope you got a lot out of it and that you feel a bit more connected to your internal self and your higher self. If you really like that, then go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like anybody else would really enjoy this or benefit from it, go ahead and share it. And until next time, keep shining your inner light, and namaste.